Well, today is late, at the end of the day on day 14. Um, as you know, I've been contemplating breaking my fast the last several days, and today I made plans to break my fast, and I got some bone broth and some just whole foods, like some whole fruits and things like that to break it. So I think the time is coming. I don't know when it will happen, and um, it's possible I decide not to. We'll see. So, but I wanted, because this is like a day to day decision, I wanted to just be ready. So if I do break it, I'm not eating stuff that's not going to be good for me and make myself sick and everything. So yeah, this weekend was tough. Two birthday parties around a lot of people, a lot of food, me preparing food. It's, um, you know, sharing meals with people, but not partaking. So those things are psychologically hard. Although my hunger has really still been absent. Um, my physical hunger. My kidney is definitely getting better, which is awesome news. It still hurts, but every day it gets a little better, so that's encouraging. But I really just don't feel strongly that God is requiring me or even asking me to continue on this fast. So I'm I'm not sure when I'll do it. Tomorrow I have a free day, and I know I'll get a good night's sleep tonight. I'm pretty confident because I haven't slept well the last 2 days, and that usually falls. Sunday nights are almost always like a recovery night for me. Um, so I'm going to spend a lot of time in the Word tomorrow, a lot of time praying and trying to figure out what would be good for me, um, in terms of ending this journey or continuing it. I think there's a decent chance I will continue because weekdays are way um, less tempting than weekends. My weekdays are fairly isolated. I work from home most of the time. Um, it's just Morgan and I. The kids are at school. Dinner time's the only time that I'm really around food or smelling food. So there's a good chance I stick it out. We'll see. I would like to make it to day 21, day 20, just to, if I do end up at some point doing a 40-day fast in my life, I think these gradual, longer and longer fasts will prepare me. I think fasting is like anything. It actually, you have to get in physical, mental shape to fast. And I think the reason why the first several days are the hardest is because you're just not used to fasting. And then your body adapts, you adapt. But if you know what's, nobody does a 40-day fast that's never fasted before. They start with 1 day and then they go to 3 days and then they'll do a couple 2 day fasts and then maybe they'll try a week long fast. And so my longest up to this point was about 10, 11 days. And tomorrow will be day 15. So I would like to try to stretch it out a little bit just so I'm, continuing to go on this journey. And I really think the spiritual journey of fasting is something everybody should go on. The length, I don't know if it's that important, although clearly it does have some significance, or it wouldn't talk about the length in scriptures. They would just say fasting, but they do mention how long. Um, I think it's a spiritual experience that is very difficult to explain to people if they haven't been on that journey themselves and talk about, unless they have done that or are alongside you doing it. So it's like praying. So why do you pray? Well, unless you've had the spiritual discipline of praying and seen the impacts that it has on you and other people and watched your prayers come to life, it's like when someone says, well, what is the spiritual benefit of that? It's like, where do you even start? And fasting to me is very similar. Um, it's a core spiritual discipline that I hope that I always do, regardless of whether I end up doing a monumental one like a 40-day attempt or not. Um, so anyway, that's where I'm at on my journey right now. I'll get a good night's sleep tomorrow. I'll spend a lot of time, or tonight, tomorrow I'll spend a lot of time asking God questions, and we'll see what comes of it. So I'll update you. I didn't weigh myself. I haven't weighed myself in a little while. I think I'm around 181. I can't remember. I did take my blood glucose and my ketones today. My ketones still red high, which means they're above 8. And my blood glucose, I think, was like 78 or 74. No, I think it was 78. So, anyway, it was an active day. The last 2 days have been very active. I picked up a load of stuff yesterday, went to a birthday party, hung out all day. Today, woke up with very little sleep, went to church, cooked a bunch of food, prepared for hosted people, and then we burned our pasture. And then I made errands to get prepared to break my fast potentially. And so anyway, I'm a little beat. I'm looking forward to good sleep. And usually when I get good sleep, I sleep for a long time. Like I feel like I've got this whole new energy. I'm like, oh no, I can keep going. It's like you don't feel hungry. You feel recovered. So I'm hoping that happens tomorrow, and I'll stick it out another like 5, 6, 7 days. But I'll let you know tomorrow. Goodbye, guys.